Hey everybody, Gavin Shnieder here at SmartPad Property Management. Today we're going to talk about the 3 most important things to think about when purchasing a rental property. And those 3 things are price, location, and condition. Now there's some pretty obvious, details about each of those qualities, but there's also some not so obvious things, and those are the things that we're going to focus on talking about today. So let's talk about price. Obviously the math needs to work, right? It needs to pencil out what you're purchasing it for, what your mortgage is, whatever that math works out to be. You want to be making more on the rent, including the property management fee and estimated maintenance, so that you have positive cash flow, right? That's not what I'm talking about here. When I'm talking about price as a determining factor for whether or not you should purchase this specific rental property is it a price point that has growth, or is it a price point that's stagnant? And what I mean is, there are certain areas where certain price points are just kind of capped because of things like location and condition. You can expect that there's not going to be growth in, say, an $1,800 a month rental in South Tacoma. It's going to be very difficult over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years for that price point of a home to raise the rents. Now, at $1,800 a month for similar square footage, bed, bath count, etc., in Bonnie Lake, there is much more likely to be room for growth in rental prices there, right? So that's a unique factor of price that you want to be looking at. Location. Obviously, in real estate, people say location, location, location. I got it. You want to make sure it's in a good school district and, it's not sitting on a main road and there's a good sized lot and et cetera, et cetera. I get all of that. The point about location that I want to bring up to you today that most people don't talk about is it in a rentable area, and what is the owner occupancy rate in the area? There are very nice areas here in the South Sound that make horrible rental markets, right? If any of you have ever rented property in Sunrise before, it's notoriously a difficult area to rent properties. And it's because the homeowner occupant rate in Sunrise is insanely high. There's only a handful of people renting out properties there. Part of it has to do with the school system, has to do with the average price point of new construction homes, makes it too expensive for renters to be renting in there and landlords to make money, et cetera, et cetera. So just because the deal might pencil and just because it's in a good area and it's a home that's in good condition doesn't mean it makes a good rental. You want to ask yourself, is this an area that has renters? If it doesn't have renters, you don't want to be buying in that area. And the third aspect that we want to talk about is condition. So it's not necessarily, is the home in good condition now that you want to be thinking about, right? We could make just about anything to, be in good condition, right? We can put a new carpet and put a new paint and all those kind of things. What you want to be asking yourself is, what is this going to cost to maintain over the next 5 years or 10 years or however long your holding period is? When does it look like the roof is going to need to be replaced? When does it look like this furnace or hot water tank look like they're going to need to be replaced? How are the fixtures holding up? The faucets and the lights and all those kind of things. Are they energy efficient or not energy efficient? Is the trim and other details of the home starting to fall apart a little bit? And is it going to start to degrade over time? All those things cost money to replace. They're going to decrease the quality of tenants that you're attracting, so on and so forth. So it's not necessarily, is the home move-in ready? It's what's the cost to maintain it over the next 5 or 10 years going to look like. So there you have it. Price, location, and condition, and kind of some unique approaches to thinking about those. If you have any questions on if a home you're thinking about buying would make a good rental property, or maybe you already own it and you want to talk about it, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help.